What's going on, everybody? It's March 10th, making a quick recap video about UFC 248 this past weekend. If you guys previously watched my video making my predictions, I went 3 of 6. So if you bet on those, I guess you break even. I don't know. If you just took a few, maybe you went 3 for 3. Maybe you just took the 3 I got wrong and went 0 for 3. So just doing a quick video today, like I said, recapping the whole card. And I want to first talk about the main event of the preliminary with Sean O'Malley. I predicted him to win by knockout, so just wanted to touch on that quick. I think he looked really good in that fight. He got a first-round knockout after a 2-year layoff. He had to deal with a bunch of bullshit about some USADA test of a picogram of like ostrine, I think it was. But I don't know. Overall, I thought O'Malley looked really good. And to be honest, I saw a tweet that he posted saying he thought he saw Cejudo pee his pants at the event after Sean got the knockout. So that kind of sparked an idea. I think after that win, like, he's only 11-0. Excuse me. He's only 11-0, but I mean, he took 2 years off. He obviously showed he developed his skills. He's 25 now. So, I don't know. I like all the skills and attributes this kid has. And a next opponent that I was thinking for him that, could really elevate his career, I think, would be against Cody No Love. I would love to see O'Malley fight Cody No Love. I think Cody's lost his last 3. Sean's breaking into that top 15, top 10. Why not give him Cody? Some of you might think I'm crazy, but Cody's off 3 losses now. He, sometimes when former champions lose, 3, 4 in a row, they'll give him a guy that's, maybe only 11-0, like Sugar Sean. I know he would take that fight. So I don't know. Maybe he needs one more kind of tune me up fight, but I think he's a prospect that needs to be watched. In that 135-pound division, he could even go up. He's tall. I mean, he looked like he was at least probably 145, 150 walking in. I know he's not vegan anymore, and not that necessarily matters, but I heard a podcast him talking to Joe Rogan about how he wasn't vegan anymore, and ever since he felt more aggressive, stronger, more energy. So I thought that was interesting. With Sean O'Malley, he's got a good coach too that's young. I think they mesh well, and sky's the limit for this kid, honestly. I think he'll fight pretty soon because he didn't even get hit with one punch. So I don't know. I think you'll see him in the next couple months, if not, next month or 2, because he literally didn't even get touched. It was kind of like the Conor Cowboy fight, Nobody took any damage, really. So, I just wanted to touch on that, even though Sean wasn't on the main card. I still wanted to talk about that fight. So, shout out Sugar Sean O'Malley, great win. And I can't wait to see what this kid does in the future. So moving on from that, the next pick that I had was Max Griffin over Alex Oliveira. So I actually got this one wrong. I picked Max Griffin to win by decision. He lost in a split decision. So if you bet on that, he was a plus 115, so you shouldn't have lost too much money. I don't know. I watched it. I thought Griffin won the fight. Sometimes it goes like that. Oliveira looked pretty good, to be honest. So I thought it could have gone either way. When I was watching the fight, I was like, shit, here we go. So I don't know. It is what it is. Like I said, it was a plus 115. So if you bet on it, you couldn't have lost that much. But moving on, the next one that I had was Neil Magny. Winning. He won by decision as well in the 3rd round. It was a plus 145. So if you took Magny, you got some pretty good value. Should have made up for the Griffin one and made decent money on that. Magny looked pretty good. He needed that win. And I think he's another guy that, you kind of got to watch out for in that welterweight division. That welterweight division is stacked, and Magny has a lot of experience, and I don't know, I just liked him in that one. So congrats to Magny. Thanks for that win. Appreciate it. Moving on, I gave you guys Beneil Dariush. He won by knockout in the second round, first minute, second round. It was a pretty nasty knockout, and he was a minus 170. So if you bet that, you would have had to put up a decent little amount. The value wasn't great, so I'm glad I gave you guys that one. And then the two, the main event and the co-main event, I got wrong. Just got them wrong. I thought the women's fight was unbelievable, but at the end of it, I knew Joanna didn't win that fight. I was like, fuck, it is what it is. She was a minus 180, so, she was the underdog going into that. I knew she was going to battle, though, and I thought, I don't know, I had a feeling just going in that she was maybe going to clip her like in the 5th round, but it just never happened. I'm sure at this point some of you guys have seen all the Instagram pictures of Joanna's head. It is like, it's tough to look at, to be honest. She looks so different. Her whole like forehead is like popping out. I don't even know what you call that, but it looked brutal. Apparently she's already out of the hospital though and is doing fine. I don't know how that's possible, but both those women are warriors. That was an unbelievable fight. So shout out to them, both those women, for putting on a great fight. I'd say fight of the night for sure. And then you go to the main event, which was honestly one of the weirdest fights I've ever seen. Yoel was a plus 220, I think it was, or 280, but I don't know. It was just a weird fight. I saw a meme on Instagram that was perfect to describe this fight. It was literally, the caption said, when you're playing UFC on Xbox and you're trying to figure out the controls, and you just see, and both guys aren't doing anything. They're just completely away from each other. They're throwing punches but not landing anything, just in the air. That was, I don't know, it was the weirdest fight. If you look at this fight stats, I'm going to pull them up right now for you guys. There was a total of 40 strikes from Romero, and significant strikes, I guess they were all significant strikes. 0 takedowns. He tried 3 of them. No knockdown, no sub attempts. It was a weird fight, man. If you look, Adesanya landed 25 kicks to the leg. I think that's kind of what won him the fight, to be honest. But overall, it was just such a bizarre fight. And at the end of it, I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, I heard an interview with Adesanya after, and he was like, I'm the champ. He has to come to me. And I agree. Like, if you're Romero, I don't know, like, I understand your strategy, but like I said in my previous video when I picked Romero, I said this could be his last title fight. So I figured he would go in there with a game plan of being extremely aggressive, putting it on the line, takedowns after takedowns, throwing punches in volume. But I don't know. That's not really what it was. It was a really weird fight. Adesanya even said it was the weirdest fight that he's ever been in. I think he said that yesterday in a post fight interview that I heard. He said the weirdest fight ever. So I don't know. Romero's still an unbelievable fighter. I'm sure he'll still fight till he's 50. He's got a lot left in him. He didn't really take much damage except for his leg, so he could fight again this year. But after a performance like that, it's tough to think Dana's going to give him another title shot, So I can't wait to see Adesanya versus Costa. That's going to be a crazy fight. For some reason, I'm not going to make the actual prediction right now, but my gut's telling me Costa, when he's back, he could not, I don't know. I think he could beat Adesanya, but it's one of those that we'll just have to wait and see. I saw a video of Costa the other day boxing Logan Paul, and I was kind of like, what the fuck is this? Why is he... He actually looked like he, was kind of getting pieced up by Logan, to be honest, with the little clip I saw. So I don't know. I think he's pretty he looked pretty beefy too. Adesanya, I think, it just has better footwork, better hand speed, better combination. So actually, the more I think about it, I said my gut said Costa, but the more I think about it off the bat, I'm not going to make the prediction now. Off the bat, I'd say I think Adesanya actually would win that. It'd be a great fight. So I'm not going to make my final prediction yet on that. I don't even know when those guys are going to fight, but that's pretty much my recap for you guys on 248. I thought it was a pretty good card for the most part, but not my favorite one. I'll make another video here this week, though, breaking down the Kevin Lee versus Charles Oliveira fight. So if you guys want to know who I got in that, I'll make another video here in the next couple days. But thanks, guys, again for tuning in. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot, and I'll keep these videos coming as much as I can. Like I said, Kevin Lee, Charles Oliveira video probably in the next 2 days. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon.